Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an awesome life. I have a very special message for you. When I first launched my 2019 prediction on this channel, I told you that I was naming it the year of transition, the year of transformation. Okay? What does that mean? There will be residual things showing up that need to be cleared up, and I did videos on this. Do not be afraid of anything you see. Everything that's happening is very positive, all right? I do not want you to walk around in fear, and I'm going to tell you why. People's structures of what was not working for them are collapsing, and it's good. But because humans like to hang on to what they know, they feel like it's bad. For instance, somebody loses a job. Think about the job. Was it really the job you wanted? Probably not. Nobody loses an ideal job, trust me. Because if you are in the frequency and you are in sync with it, the people who own the company, your boss, everybody is in sync with you and it's all working. So you would never lose that job. It's where you're supposed to be. If it's not in sync, the company's in trouble, or you just didn't fit into that job, then guess what? You're not supposed to be there. There's something better for you. Yeah, it's good, it's good. All right, so when things happen, so I shared with you what happened with me, and it could be like, it could appear to be negative. Well, for me, it was extremely positive, but it's how you see the world too. I was in a gorgeous home and I had to make a decision. Was I going to renovate it, which was going to cost probably a couple $100,000 and a lot of heartache, and I would have to move out of the house because a lot of things had to be done? Or did I move? Now this is a house that I really wanted to stay in because it was an amazing home. And I had to make a decision that my life plan didn't really fit in with me spending a lot of time and money on a project that made no sense for me when I have so many things that I need to focus on right now, and you're one of them, all right? At the end of the day, there's always going to be another house, right? And this is not getting attached to things. If you get attached to things, it will work against you. Only the ego gets attached. Even my family, all of them died. Boom, 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 including my dog, my cat, my cousin, my mom, my dad, my brother. I mean, boom, boom, boom. I kept getting hit with it. Now, other people, like, they go walk around and they're depressed, and I'm like, nothing dies. They chose their exit at that time for whatever reason. They did their job here. They didn't want to be here anymore. Whatever the reason, I'm okay with it because there's no chaos in the universe. And I know that they don't go away. They visited me. I talk to them sometimes in my dream. My mom, not so much. Definitely not my brother. He's shown up. He shows up in the background. Have you ever experienced that? You're always connected. You don't lose anything. You lose nothing and you own nothing. Why? Because we're one collective consciousness. You can't own any one thing. An idea, an invention, property. We truly don't own anything, right? Because you're going to die. No matter what you own, it's going to go off to something or somebody else. Transformation also means that you're going to have stuff put in your face and you get to make a decision on which road you're going to go. Third or fourth? We're already in fourth. I'm in fourth. My world has changed. When everything that house started to go wrong, I knew it was my sign from the universe that there was a decision that had to be made, and that I could cling to what was very comfortable for me, or I could go ahead and make a move. Now, what I did was very quick. I actually went out and started looking for places, and I don't know why, but I was drawn to a certain part of Atlanta that I've never even spent time in. I've been to a couple restaurants in this area. That's it. I didn't even know there was a neighborhood back here. I'd heard of it before. I went here, looked, asked a couple of friends what they thought about the area. They said it's amazing. And I grabbed a place immediately, made a decision, and moved out of my house I went with where the universe is taking me, and I didn't think twice about it. It felt right. I knew it was okay. I knew that I was supposed to change up my energy. I released it. I'm now in the most amazing place, in the most amazing area. There's a meditation center right here, like a few doors down, a yoga center, art galleries, restaurants. I can walk to everything. Now I can really focus on what I need to do. I have sunshine coming in. It's amazing. The energy here's huge. The guy who moved me said, wow, there's a great energy in here. And that's how my other place was. There will always be something new and great for you. Don't be afraid to let go of things that you think are great. See, it's easy to let go of things that aren't working for you. But what if you have to make a change in order to evolve and grow? And you're comfortable. Ask yourself just how comfortable you really are. I have to tell you, I had no problem walking away from that house because I was so excited to come here. And I'm just amazed. This is why I keep evolving. I'm allowing myself to break through fear. Now, I don't have those fears anymore. But most people would have a fear of, change. You are going to be tempted in other areas too. Something just occurred, and I don't want to go into details because there are names that you would know. Let me just say that even people of the light will be tempted to battle the dark. Battle nothing. My whole channel is about battling nothing. Don't battle the government. Don't battle the pharmaceutical companies. Don't battle anybody. They are what they are. You know why they're there? Because we've allowed them to be. Because we take the drugs, because we vote the people in. We have to take responsibility. Now how do you change that? You do not battle it and blame. I hear this all the time. I'm like, what are you doing? You're sitting armchair critic, right? Oh, and then you're going into the darkness. You're going in, you're taking down your frequency, and you will stay in that third dimensional world where everybody's arguing with each other. Whether they're right or not, who cares? It doesn't matter. It's what you're doing and how you're living your life that counts. When you focus over here and you heal yourself, when you get off the pharmaceuticals, when you stop using the products that harm animals or the environment, you're making a conscious change. You're raising the frequency by doing that. And you are that important. And you can do it from your home, just through the purchases, just through how you take care of your body, through your meditations, what thoughts you're putting into the collective. If you're focusing on the bad stuff and what they're doing, and there's a lot of it on YouTube that say that they're good people, oh, we're battling for you. I'm just going to say one word, 2 words, full disclosure. Who gives a shit? So we find out stuff, so what? So what, right? Did that change anything? We still don't have all the facts. Even that stuff's not, half of it's baloney. What are you focused on right now? Because transformation's going to test you. This is the year that's going to test you because things are going to fall off. Things are going to change, and you're going to find things flowing for you. You're going to manifest with a thought. I keep telling you, when you raise your frequency, you live a life of miracles. It's going to blow your mind. But you have to go into that space. It's not going to happen unless you're on that higher frequency. Why? Miracles, we think they're great because that's not the norm for us. Why? Because we're in a lower frequency. So we're not connected to that. So when somebody like Christ or Buddha or somebody comes along and they perform one, we go, ooh. And we put them in a space that we think is beyond us, and it's not. It's beyond what we're living. But it's not beyond us. So when you go into that higher frequency and you're focused on just the higher frequency, the light, focus on the light. Do not get sucked in. Don't watch it. It doesn't matter. I don't care about some friggin' programs and all this stuff. Who cares? You get addicted to that. They want you to get addicted. It keeps you down in the lower frequency, and they look like they're great guys. They're not. They're talking garbage. It's negative. Pull away from it. Don't oppose them. Leave them alone. Battle nothing. Don't battle anything because it is opposition and conflict, and that's our whole planet's history is based on that. We're right and we battle it. That's not solving the problem. I want you to consider every thought, every action, and focused on just raising your frequency, because you know what's going to happen for you? You're going to open up gateways of light and abundance and love and peace. You're going to meet amazing people, opportunities are going to come, and you're going to be okay with leaving the relationship, the job, the negative experience, the negative whatever, forgiving people and saying, wow, we just broke through a freaking crazy veil that we were under, that we were believing that things shouldn't be this way, or that I shouldn't have this in life. But what about the babies, and what about them? We all came here to experience things, neither good nor bad, and as nasty as that is, it will not exist. Those things that happen will not exist if you're raising your frequency. It can't. Because no one will do those things on a higher frequency. That's how important you are. And you will experience, how can anything negative come in if you're on a high frequency, because you're just not connecting to it. So when a challenge comes, because we are on planet Earth, and we're pulling away from that, right? Here's the third dimensional Earth. Here's the fourth dimension. We're not even in their space. We're not seeing it. We're not looking at it. As soon as you look down there, boom, you go down to it. Robbie T, he got sucked in. And then he got into an argument with people that are spiritual. That's not spirituality. That's the ego just having another argument about spirituality. Don't let it fool you. And when somebody tempts you and gives you information on something, you go, oh, yeah, and they could be really credible people. Well, this seems really true. Guess what? Go with your heart and ask yourself, is my time, my use of time and attention on this a positive one? Or am I just looking at something that I don't have any control over anyways, but I do have control over everything I do in my life? How I contribute, what I'm giving to others, what I'm thinking and feeling about others, my 3-second manifesting, catch it, catch it, catch it. You know, so many of you are saying, wow, I didn't realize how many times I think negative thoughts. Right, yeah, I know, right? When you're in the present moment, you're going, whoa. Ugh. Look at what she's wearing. Boom. Wow. There's an individual expression. Neither good nor bad. Neutral. No thought about it. There's a person. That's it. That's it. Only humans create all this what should and shouldn't be, and well, they should. Well, somebody called me a snob. I'm pretty sure I've never even met you. You don't even know me. We label each other. We take one thing or one idea according to our perception of the world, and then we label people. How many videos of mine have you seen to even come up with that? And you're coming from a perspective that obviously you're not feeling good about yourself, that you would have to take down somebody else with a negative word, right? Take them down. I'm going to label that person something nasty because I'm not feeling good about myself, and that's what we do. Think twice about that. When you go to that space and you feel you need to do that, then what's going on? You are not feeling good about yourself. It's never about you. If that person does anything negative to you, never take it personally. That's the ego that takes it personally. I know when somebody does that, they're not feeling good about themselves, and that they have some kind of class issue or something, and that there must have been something that I said that made them go into that negative space. And that's just what we have to catch. I have to do it. We all have to do it. Why? Because we're participating in a dense planet. It's going to be there. And this is why the channel is called Breakthrough Fear, not End It. It's here. It's part of the collective. When you focus on it and you allow it to control your decisions, then you become part of it. And you don't want to stay in the third dimension because we're splitting. It's happening. Things are going to happen. People are going to go, and you're like, they're going to get out of your life. Why? You're not going to resonate with them anymore. Well, what about them? So what? They have equal ability to change their lives like you do. Don't worry about it. Help others. Be giving. Don't try to change others. They came here for a reason. They want to experience things. Maybe they want to experience something really dark. Okay. Let's not participate in it. And let's not look at it and whatever. And when you're ready to come to the light, I'll be here. I'll be here because I'm not going to go into that space. And my whole mission every single day is to be better and lighter and to help you get there. If you want to sign up for free inspiration, it's a free emails. Once a week, you'll get an email to inspire you, and you'll get announcements about my e-courses. If you're struggling with this, I have e-courses, webinars, events. I announce them on there. You'll be the first to get them. Some things are free. But you know what? This stuff costs thousands and thousands of dollars for me to develop. So yes, unfortunately, I have to charge. So you want to sign up for some of these things and I'll help you break past it. I'll give you the tools, but you have to do the work. I can't sit here and tell you how great you are all the time if you don't believe it. It's that simple. If you believe it, it exists. You're creating your reality at all times. Quantum physics, this is science. As soon as you believe it, it's real. We are in a holographic universe when your attention, your focus, and your thoughts behind it, what you're thinking about, what you're looking at, is creating that reality. And there's things in my world that don't exist that people out there are going, and I'm going, doesn't exist for me. And, well, you're not looking at, yeah, you're right, I'm not looking at it. I'm looking over here at what I can do and how I can raise my frequency. It is time. You're going to get challenged. Get ready for it. And it's not going to be bad. If you don't go into that space, you're going to keep going higher and higher and higher. Things are going to show up. Changes are going to happen. Transformation. You're going to say, okay, here we go. And you're going to find yourself going into these amazing spaces, opportunities, things that you're struggling with right now. You won't need them anymore. You've learned your lesson. You've let go and said, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'll always be okay. I'm always unconditionally loved. Always. That's all there is. The rest is our experience. I saw, you know, I'm a quantum healing hypnosis technique hypnotist. I got trained on that. That's by Delores Cannon. Amazing woman. She's gone now, but she's written so many books. Look her up. She's got a lot of YouTube videos, and it's all amazingly positive. She won't even go into that space with somebody, well, what about Plum? She goes, she won't even talk about it. She focuses on the good stuff. And she said something in a video. I watched one of her videos last night, and she said that we come to planet Earth, for two things: to experience emotions and limitations. They're self-perceived. We are not limited. But on this planet, we experience that because that's not who we are. But we come here and we believe it because we've forgotten what and who we are. And so we believe that we have limitations and emotions. A lot of planets don't have those emotions. That's the ego. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Right? When you're awake and you're always feeling great, you're always happy. There's no emotion in that. There's no roller coaster going on. You're up here and you do this. You can be down here, or you could be doing this. I feel great. I got the car. I lost the relationship. Oh, I got the new job. Oh, it's not that great. Right? When you're waking, you're just up here. You're always feeling happy. People, well, I won't get to experience it. Who wants to? I don't want to go to, like, that's crazy stuff, right? So you're up here. Your emotions, you will experience loss, pain, sadness. It has no control over you anymore. You experience, you'll see the fear, but it doesn't penetrate you anymore. You watch it. You see it, and you recognize it for what it is, and you're detached from it. It is an energy. These are all energy fields. So I did a video on the 3 human energy fields, because we always think, why I don't love myself, and there's 2 people, right? You've heard this before. Eckhart Tolle is brilliant at it. And I know that he speaks about this, but I present it a different way. And the third energy field is the absolute perfect you, unlimited you. The second one is the role that you're playing here to experience limitations and the emotions, like Delores said. And the third one is the ego that controls and is threatened and fearful, has to fight for things, wants to oppose, and you know, has to call and label names and all this stuff. And that's the ego. It feels threatened. And that's fear, fear-based. It believes it's being threatened on some level, and that's separation, pure separation over here. This is the spirit experiencing being human. And this can go up here, or it can go over here. You can connect, reconnect, and we're meant to reconnect to that, because then that whole frequency of the planet goes up. We get closer to that high frequency. We're never going to quite 100% be there. Even Christ experienced emotions, doubt. Remember in the desert? Why have you forsaken me? He doubted. He experienced being human. He experienced anger. Remember? He threw the people gambling. You know, he was angry. That's okay. He got to experience being human, but he was still on that high frequency. And he evolved too. So I want you to remember, you're still human. It's okay, you're going to be human. Just catch it. You want to be a human on the high frequency, not the one over here going, why, I can't stand myself. Like, you know, when you're up here, you're, like I said, you're just absolute. And then everything up there is beautiful, abundant, giving, loving. You still get to experience being a human on that level. You're going to see the beauty in the journey of others and yourself. It will never be a threat. It's going to be a challenge that will test you sometimes. Every time you think you're all that enlightened, something comes along and says, how are you going to handle this? Right? You want to get challenged? Move. By the way, I'm going to share something with you too. I had stepped on some glass. All right, this was just pure stupidity, human stupidity. My basement over in the other house flooded. Another hint, go. And I took off my shoes, couldn't find my rubber boots, took off my shoes and waded into it because it was clear water, just rainwater. And I stepped on glass and it got wedged in my foot. And for 3 weeks, by the way, I went to outpatient and they said it's going to come out on its own. The heck it was! 3 weeks of me moving and pounding it back up into my foot, of all places. Every night I would soak it and try to pull that thing out. I finally went back into outpatient. They refused to try and dig it out. I think they were just being chicken because they didn't want to cut it open. I said, I'll cut it open. Give me a razor blade. I'll cut it open. I'll show you exactly where. They want to x-ray it. You're not going to see a piece of glass this big on an x-ray. So I walked out of there still with it in my foot. I finished that day my last move. I got here, I got a pair of tweezers, and I pulled that thing out. It was pretty substantial, but it was a lot bigger than I thought. And it had just edges all over the place. And I looked at it and I thought, how ironic. After 3 weeks of me pounding it in further, it came out today after I completely moved here and separated myself from that other space, that other beautiful, positive space. How ironic. It was sort of like, now we're ready. Now we're ready to get to work. Now that one little thing was in there and I pulled it out. I think everything's very literal. So, you know, stuff, you're gonna get sick, things will happen, you know, there's always a warning sign of slow down or whatever, or be more careful or whatever. You're still a human being. You get to experience that. Enjoy it. Even your challenges. Look at it. This is purposeful. All of it. I need to look at this need. See, I told you we're going to use the N word in a positive way in 2019. I need to look at this and see the value in it for me to evolve spiritually. What's happening in this very painful situation that's telling me that I chose it. I chose it for a reason. I get to choose to get out of it. I get to choose to change it, but I have to learn from this or else it's going to keep coming back. This was my lesson to learn in this lifetime. Is it to gain your own confidence and independence from somebody who's not treating you well? Is it to go ahead and share that information with them and say, I won't tolerate this anymore? Is it for you to go and take care of yourself instead of relying on other people and then complaining about them, the ones that are paying your bills? That's a huge burden too. And that's a mutual exchange. These things, these structures are going to collapse, and that's what you're experiencing right now. Those structures don't work anymore. You should be able to always take care of yourself no matter what. You know, I have my internet training. Go to landriaonka.net. We're training people how to use the internet to create income even from their homes. But people don't want to work. They don't want to, oh, I've been in. And that's that things need to come easy and I have to put effort in. Well, then sit on your duff and suffer. Go ahead. And the rest of us, we're going to put in the work. We're going to go run up and down the stairs over 100 times with glass in my foot and get the job done. Because at the end of the day, it's amazing. It's amazing. And even if you don't feel like you're getting your rewards right now, just wait. You don't quit. You stay on it. Don't get sucked into the darkness. Don't allow change to frighten you. Know that if you're making a good decision, it has to be for yourself first, because you have to take care of your own frequency, not your ego, your frequency. I need to get mine in alignment before I can look at somebody else. And by helping other people and giving, you raise your frequency also. All right, so me, that's the ego me. What if I helped somebody else? That's an hour you may not be thinking about yourself and your worries and your woes, and that's fear. We're here to break through it, past it. So don't fear the transition, the transformation that's going on this year. We're splitting away. We've been through a lot the last few years. Wow, a lot. You all are feeling it. You're telling me things have changed. You feel it. We're lifting, we're lighter, but there are things, there's residual things going on. I feel it too. I feel like things are falling off, and my whole world has changed. And I was in such an awesome place, but it keeps going, it keeps getting better. It's gonna keep getting better for you. Allow that. Accept it. Miracles as a way of life. Miracles as a way of life is waiting for you. It's possible here. We're experiencing limitations as humans, but that's not who we are. And you can access your higher self, and things will show up that will amaze you. You are absolutely perfect. You are so beautiful. There is nothing wrong with you. That's the human density with a story that's not real. It's an experience. It's a role. It's a play. And you got the crappy, role maybe this time because you chose it. Why? That's the character that really can do something amazing. We're not watching the extras. We're watching that character's going through some amazing stuff, and we want them to succeed. We want to see them pull out of it. Be that hero. Do it for all of us, because we're one beautiful energy. Do not look at the darkness. I don't care what's going on out there. I care about what we are contributing, what we are thinking. It starts with your thought. And if you're thinking negative thoughts and you're not believing the positive ones that you go over to in the 3-second manifesting, then you ask yourself, where's that negative thought coming from? I must be believing something negative to create that thought. Where is that? Well, my parents told me I wasn't worth anything. All right, well, big whoop. They were in density. They were whack jobs, right? Bye. Thank you, because you set me up to have a big challenge and I'm going to do it. I forgive you, not because I'm all that, oh, I'm so great. I forgive you. I say, when you go in that super high awakened state, guess what? You don't have to forgive anybody, because nobody did anything wrong. They were just on a journey experiencing things that we all agreed to. So there's nothing to forgive. Right? A couple of you get that. You did something wrong to me. No, they didn't. Y'all agreed to go through something, to experience it. What are you getting from it? What are you going to change? What are you going to do? Are you raising your frequency? You're getting tested. What's the final result? You get to choose. Come join me. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. And it's going to continue to be. We're going to go into a beautiful golden age. I want you to see everything that's going out there. When you see these games that are negative, that are getting you to play war or whatever else, anything that sucks you in that you know is not good, shut it down. You get to choose. Oppose nothing. Oppose nothing. Create. Create light. Focus on light. It is who you are. You are whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings, my friend. Namaste.